Hello there, race fans! Welcome to race number 6 of the NNSCRA National Guard IndyCar Series as we are here in Belgium. Yeah, we're way out here in beautiful Germany, taking in all the sights and, you know, Slim Jims aren't exactly sausages, but they're fairly similar, and out here in Germany you get a lot of sausages. Yum. Okay, anyway, we are here at Germany. This is Riverside Raceway. This is a very interesting racetrack, and we're going to be bringing you all the action. 9 laps of racing here today. On the pole for today's race is Josh Osborne. He'll start off alongside of Tim Walsh, but let's show you where the other drivers are going to be starting in this field as we are preparing for an exciting event here. First time we've pretty much gone international since Mexico City, and this is the first time we've been across the deep blue sea, meaning, of course, the Atlantic Ocean. And so this is the starting lineup for the race here in Germany. Let's see what the Germans and their architectural expertise at a racetrack are going to bring to the table. A little slow there on the start, but looks like we are going to get these pace laps done and get under the green flag. There's Josh Osborne right there in the 10. Tim Walsh going to pull up right alongside, as they were actually for a point there running in single file, and now they're getting back into double wide formation. This is going to be one exciting race. It's a track that I'm not really that familiar with, and obviously Watkins Glen, Infineon, Mexico City, they've brought us all some terrific finishes and races, and hopefully today the same can be done here in Belgium. You know, I don't know why I was saying Germany at the beginning. Belgium and Germany are two separate countries. I need to work on my geography. Nonetheless, Riverside Raceway, and, you know, who knows, if this track brings about real great racing, we may be back here in Season 2. That would be really, really cool. Yeah, you're probably wondering why we're not racing at those two racetracks I was talking about, Badlands and Mount Rushmore Scenic Byway. Well, amazingly enough, as weather would have it, they've been snowed in. There's no way that we're going to get those races done. So instead, we're racing here today in Belgium, and then we're heading back to Florida for the Walt Disney Speedway. So that's going to be where we're going to be racing number 9, or racing number 7 rather, and then race number 8 is going to come from, of course, Indianapolis Motor Speedway. That'll finish off the season. I was asked by somebody if there's going to be a Season 2 of this. You bet there is. There's going to be a Season 2, maybe a Season 3, because this is only 8 races long for the season, so, you know, why not? Well, this racetrack, if you haven't figured out yet, is very, very long. About I think if the exact total is 4.313 miles, so it's a long racetrack. A lot of twists and turns, and 9 laps of racing here is going to take a bit of time, unless we end up going under the caution flag or something. Then the race will be a little bit sped up. But these drivers were not able to test here, which is really surprising. They were not able to test here in Belgium. They did qualify, obviously, Josh Osborne on the pole, and with everybody starting where they are, but that was rather interesting that they were not able to practice. So these guys, they went out for the qualifying run. That's all the practice they've got. They got to learn from that what they've got to do here today, and they weren't out there practicing with any other cars. So how are they going to know where to do the pass and everything? It's going to be a complete mystery to them, a complete mystery to us, but it may bring about a great finish. Well, it looks like we're finally going to end up getting this race under green, as you've been listening to me jabber on and mess up my geography. Look right there, you see that? Oh my goodness, look at those barriers. You don't want to go through those. You got to go around this S-turn, and amazingly enough, this S-turn here, that comes down to the start-finish line, which is really going to throw a curve into this race, too. That is so close to the end. It's almost like a Watkins Glen S-turn. Green flag is waving here in Belgium, which, by the way, does have sausages, too, just not as much as Germany! Wow, that is one tough turn to make. Oh! Tim Walsh just nailed the wall back there! The inside pit wall. He just nailed the tire barrier. And he's on pit road. Well, Josh Osborne's going to get away. Caution's obviously out. Let's quickly look and see. I think there was a big wreck at the back. Yeah, Luke Walker Smet Ozcon, Aaron Williams, Robert Band, Charles Jackson, Jake Cole, Joseph Bryant. Luke Walker's on pit road. And it looked like everybody else is going to be okay. As there's our leader, Josh Osborne, leading the way. But there was about 7 cars back there. Luke Walker and Tim Walsh, the outside pole sitter there. I know that those two have gone back to the garage area. Leader is Josh Osborne right now. Into second is Jacob Rodriguez, and Steven Gonzalez, a teammate for Josh Osborne, runs in third. So Ganassi doing pretty well right now, first and third. I believe that's William Duncan back there in fourth. Best battle on the racetrack going on there for the second position. Jacob Rodriguez has it. Steven Gonzalez wants it. Both those drivers have been to victory lane. Jacob Rodriguez, if I remember correctly, he took the win at... Boy, I want to say it was Mexico City, perhaps, I believe. And Jacob Rodriguez, I believe, won at Watkins Glen. I may be wrong, but I think that's where they finished. There's William Duncan. Or no, that's not William Duncan. That's Hunter Gauntz in the 36 back there. He's in fourth. And fifth now is our points leader, Alexandra Jones, and that's where they'll cross. Top 10 is going to look like this. Mike Flanagan, James Qualls, Brandon Bain, Jack Nathan, and Robert Brooks. Let's see what happened. Alright, this was heading into the very first turn. This is not an easy turn to make either, really, if you notice how hard a turn you have to make. And really, right there, when Tim Walsh got underneath Josh Osborne, Osborne did scrape the wall there. And right here, I think Steven Gonzalez is going to get into Tim Walsh. Right there. Let's see if we get a better camera angle. Right there. And watch the hit Walsh takes. Right there. Oh, my goodness. And I think that's Matt Nathan right there behind him. Matt Nathan was coming down pit road. Not certain what for. We'll have to catch up on that. But now let's take a look and see what happened to Luke Walker and others. Okay, Luke Walker was started off in the 7th position. Let's see if there's contact here. Oh, right there, Jack Richards and Robert Band up ahead of him. He had to swerve to miss that. Look at Alexandra Jones just squeak her way by. Well, she actually did get some contact there. Hunter Gauntz got by, though. There's a 6 of Brian LaFleur Jr. He was involved. There you see Joshua Perry in the 93 get held up. And then there's the 15 of Charles Jackson. He just barely squeaked on by, it looks like. And yeah, it looks like Luke Walker, Robert Band, Brian LaFleur Jr., Aaron Williams, Jack Richards. There's Aaron Williams in the 26. He's going to come into the picture there, and he just kind of hits into Robert Band. There's nowhere he could go. And then there goes Matthew Rodriguez on by. There goes William Duncan on by. Matthew Rodriguez got a piece of it as well. That was a big pile up there. And the big problem for Luke Walker, the reason he was on pit road, was that he could not get his car put into reverse to be able to turn around. Oh, there was a car flipping back there. That was Smet Ozcon right there that was flipping upside down on his side. Let's take a look and see what happened to him. I think Jake Cole may have almost flipped him over. Well, this whole incident's going on here, right there, it looks like William Duncan can't make the turn, and Smet Ozcon's trying to get by him, and look at Jake Cole just nail the throttle right there, and oh, gets right into the 3, and then he's trying to keep going, tries to keep going, and just flips the 3 car over. Smet Ozcon goes for a barrel roll here. Interesting little barrel roll, but let's go back to green to try and sort this whole thing out, man. Alright, so we will go back to green flag racing on lap 4 of 9. Josh Osborne leads, Jacob Rodriguez 2nd, Steven Gonzalez 3rd, Hunter Gauntz is 4th, and Alexander Jones is 5th. Mike Flanagan runs 6th. 7th position is Brandon Bain. Jack Nathan is in 8th. 9th is Robert Brooks, and Pichu London is in 10th. 11th is Justin Perry. Then we got Ryan Acosta, Jack Richards, Josh Perry, Matthew Rodriguez. James Qualls actually crossed the stripe in 2nd that last time by, but I'm not certain why he's way back here. He may have made a pit stop. Then you got Brian LaFleur Jr., William Duncan, Jake Cole, Charles Jackson, Matt Nathan, Robert Band, and Luke Walker. Only one driver, I believe, out of the race. No, there are actually a few. Aaron Williams is out. Joseph Bryant is out. Tim Walsh and also Samet Ozkan, all retiring from the race. So 4 drivers are out of this event. And what's going to hurt the most is probably going to be Joseph Bryant, because he was the highest up of those drivers retiring in the standings. So, chaos emerging here already. And I'll tell you what, that first turn, man, those drivers had a tough time getting around it. Now that they're single file, let's see if they're going to be able to make it around it this time. You know, I don't think I've ever known a track where the first turn is the one that's the worst for drivers. Once they got through there, it seemed like Osborne, Rodriguez, Gonzalez, they all were making their way through the other turns pretty doggone well. It was just that one turn there that's really a sharp turn. But I think really the fact is, if you don't have somebody underneath you, you're able to make the turn. If you do, then you have to swing wide, and that's, I think, what was causing the problem for some of these drivers. But we'll find out if this single file restart is going to be a little bit better for them, or if we're going to be back at square one with these drivers wrecking again in turn 1. Alexandra Jones comes in the points leader, continues her consistency, trying to become the first female champion in the NNSCRA. She runs in the 5th position right now. She's got 2 more races to go before she can claim the championship. So still a lot of room for mistakes to be made and for some other driver to capitalize, and obviously that's not what she wants to have happen. So next week, as I mentioned, we're going to Walt Disney World Speedway. And I'll be here commentating that for you because I don't really like going on roller coasters. So, you know, everybody else will be at Walt Disney World. I'll be over at the Speedway. Wonder how many people are going to actually be there in the crowd. I mean, if you had a choice between going to Walt Disney World and watching a race that's just outside of Walt Disney World, I wonder which one you'd choose. Don't know. Anyway, we're about to go back under the green flag. Josh Osborne going to lead them down. Osborne, Rodriguez, Gonzalez, then Hunter Gauntz, and points leader Alexander Jones. Green flag is out. Here they go. They're going to try and make this turn again. Oh, leader in the wall. Oh, they're wrecking up in the front. Oh, my goodness. The track is all blocked up. Flipping upside down is Josh Osborne. And now they're going to race for the lead further up. Hunter Gauntz looks like he's going to take it. Look at this. Chaos. Charles Jackson. James Qualls. William Duncan. Oh, my goodness gracious. They're just absolute chaos here. And Hunter Gauntz is the leader. Steven Gonzalez is now in 2nd. Alexandra Jones moves into 3rd. Utter chaos there in that turn. No doubt about that, as Hunter Gauntz is the leader. And the leader for that restart, which was Josh Osborne, flipped upside down. Let's try and look back, see who's running where after that chaotic run there. 4th is Mike Flanagan. Ryan Acosta's up to 5th. Brandon Bain is now 6th. 7th is Jack Nathan. Then a good battle here for 8th. So we got Josh Perry, Jack Richards, Justin Perry. Oh, Perry! Justin Perry slides off the racetrack. Recuperates, gets it back on the racetrack, though. Pichu London's back there as well. There's Josh Osborne. I believe he's running now unofficially in the 11th position. I saw James Qualls in trouble. There he is. Brian LaFleur Jr.'s off the pace. So is Jacob Rodriguez, who restarted this event. I believe it was in the 2nd position. There comes Robert Bands flying by. William Duncan there. Jake Cole there. As Hunter Gauntz leads the way by a long margin, actually. But that turn 1 really just playing havoc with these drivers. There's just nothing they seem to be able to do that is going to help them out. And Hunter Gauntz, he's not been to victory lane yet, and he's leading the way here as he will take the caution flag. Let's see what happened. Alright, let's try and pinpoint what the problem is with this turn for these drivers. they're coming into the turn here. Now, they're all cutting it really well. They're going about 50 miles per hour in the middle, 45 there. Boy, you know, I don't know. Something about them not being able to turn the wheel enough, I think. And there you just see Jacob Rodriguez, Steven Gonzalez, Hunter Gauntz, all getting into it. Everybody trying to whoa up, miss it. And look at Josh Osborne flip up onto his side. I don't think it flipped upside down. But Hunter Gauntz gets by. Jack Nathan got a piece of it. Robert Brooks got a piece of it. Pichu London was into the fence. Ryan Acosta, man, did Acosta do a good job getting through that or what? Great job by Ryan Acosta in the 13. And oh, there you see, I think that was Matthew Rodriguez into the back of Charles Jackson. James Qualls involved. Somebody actually spun further up there, too. Don't know who exactly it was. May have been Pichu London. Oh, nope, right there. Back there, it was, it was, if I can find out who, Brian LaFleur Jr., who spun out. And then you see William Duncan. Luke Walker again, almost in the exact same position. He cannot make that turn. Jake Cole there and Robert Ban as well. Someone else spun further up too. It may have been either Acosta or Matthew Rodriguez. Let's see. Here it was. It was actually Josh Osborne again, taking this turn just a little too hot, and down into the sand pit he goes. And he wasn't the only one. Right behind him, Matthew Rodriguez going to come into the turn and do almost the exact same thing right there. Gets a piece of the gravel there and sends up some dust. But let's take a look and see what's going to go on now as we're going to get ready for another restart. Alright, so these are the drivers that have retired now. William Duncan has retired. Also out of the race is Jake Cole. And other drivers getting repairs done to their race cars. Luke Walker, one of them, Robert Ban, Matthew Rodriguez. Alright, so here's the way they're going to line up for the restart. Once again, Hunter Gauntz is the leader. Steven Gonzalez is second, Alexander Jones third, Mike Flanagan fourth, and Ryan Acosta is in fifth. 3 of the top 5 drivers have not been to victory lane yet this season. Brandon Bain runs 6th, Jack Nathan 7th, Jack Richards runs in 8th. 9th is Justin Perry. 10th is Josh Osborne, Pichu London 11th, 12th Matt Nathan, 13th is Matthew Rodriguez, 14th is Charles Jackson, 15th is Robert Brooks, 16th is James Qualls, Brian LaFleur Jr. is 17th, 18th is Robert Ban, and in 19th is Luke Walker. Those drivers are still on the lead lap as well. So we're going to get ready to go back under the green flag once again. Hunter Gauntz, Mike Flanagan, and Ryan Acosta, they have not been to victory lane. Some former winners, Steven Gonzalez running there in 2nd, Alexander Jones running in 3rd, and Jack Richards currently running in the 8th position. Alright, so the pace car is going to take them through this S-turn, which they've been executing very well. Now he's going to pull onto pit road. Now let's see if we can maybe finish this race under green. Someone else is coming down pit road. I think that was Jack Nathan in the 22. We'll look back at that in just a moment. It is indeed Jack Nathan. He's coming down pit road for some reason. Don't know why. Here we go. Let's see if they'll make it through this turn this time. Hunter almost. Oh, they're bouncing into the wall again. Oh, Steven Gonzalez is around. Alexander Jones is in trouble. Ryan Acosta is in trouble as well as they wreck once again through turn 1. They just can't seem to make it through there, and Hunter Gauntz is waving bye-bye. Man, oh man, did he just take off. He got through that turn. Others did not, though. Good battle on for second. Mike Flanagan, they're going to take it away from the 33 of Alexandra Jones. Brandon Bain now in 4th. Ryan Acosta now in 5th. There's Jack Nathan. He still sits on pit road. Not certain what's wrong with him. James Qualls also on pit road. Charles Jackson made a pit stop. Robert Brooks off the pace. Pichu London also off the pace in the 27. As we look up through the field here, try and look for a good battle. It seems to be the best battle on the racetrack is for the 2nd position is now. Brandon Bain has joined that group. That's 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. This all going on behind Hunter Gauntz, who, where is he? Well, these guys are here. He is there, a long ways away. And I'll tell you what, with that kind of a start off, he would have loved it if the caution hadn't come out, but nonetheless it is out, and So I think that we're going to be able to go under one more restart, and then the race will be over. So it'll be really interesting to see who's going to get the win. But Hunter Gauntz right now just driving. He may be just driving like this to try and test and see what he's going to do for the final lap, because obviously he's going to lead on the final lap. Alexander Jones now has taken control of second place. Mike Flanagan slips back, now battling for third, with Brandon Bain, Brian Acosta, and Justin Perry. Now he loses third. Flanagan just falling back. Through the S-turn they'll go. They go around that about 70-80 miles an hour, which is rather surprising. And now they'll come down and take the caution flag. Let's take a look and see what happened once again. This time it involved Steven Gonzalez in the 9. Okay, it looks like maybe what this thing is these cars just do not have the turning radius that other cars do. And that may be just because they're so wide, but Hunter Gauntz is going to get up here. He's going to end up getting a piece of the wall right there. So will Steven Gonzalez, and I think the problem for Gonzalez was he hit it wrong, and Alexander Jones gets into him. Mike Flanagan gets held up back there. He actually had some damage there. That may have been why he was losing positions there on that run. Ryan Acosta involved. Look at Brandon Bain. Sneak around there and get by. Everybody else just trying to make their way on past Jack Richards, rather. Trying to get through Matthew Rodriguez, Matt Nathan, Justin Perry. They're all trying to get by, and that's the reason that we ended up going under the caution flag once again. Now we're getting ready for our final restart. Let's set it all up for you. Well, actually, I thought we were going to go under a restart, but it looks like we're not. It looks like these cars are actually going to come down and get the caution flag and the checker flag at the same time, which means Hunter Gauntz has picked up his first career IndyCar Series win. Just to quickly look at the drivers that retired from that incident, only one of them, and that was Pichu London. Damage on that race car just too great. I believe actually he may have spun earlier or later on during that run and hit one of the tire barriers, but I don't know that for certain. So Hunter Gauntz is going to go to victory lane for the first time in his career here. And this is very interesting because he ends up being, let's see, the 6th winner in 6 races. Yeah, so 6 races, 6 different winners. And the big story right now is look at who's right behind him, finishing in 2nd. Yeah, our points leader, Alexander Jones. So that points lead is just going to open up again, it looks like, as she just continues her wave of momentum. And I don't want to say that she's going to, before we get to Indianapolis, already clinch the championship, but right now it's almost seeming that way as she just is continuing this run of top 5 finishes. Seems like even if she runs into trouble, she finds a way out of it. And really, right now, I would be very surprised if she was not the champion this season and become the first female champion in the NNSCRA. Hunter Gauntz right now, folks, he is the leader and he is going to be our winner. He ended up taking the lead on the 2nd restart after a bit of a wreck. He was battling with, I believe it was Jacob Rodriguez, or maybe it was Mike Flanagan for it. Ended up taking it and drove away on the 3rd restart. And since then, it's just been out front all day long. It's been very dominant today, and it's going to reap the rewards as he's going to come down, and Hunter Gauntz crosses the stripe as the winner here in Belgium at Riverside Raceway. Let's take a look as now all the drivers have crossed the start-finish line. We'll take a look at the finishing order. Gauntz wins, Jones 2nd, Brandon Bain, a great run there, in 3rd, Mike Flanagan 4th, and Ryan Acosta 5th. Justin Perry 6th, Josh Osborne 7th, Josh Perry in 8th, Matt Nathan 9th, and Jack Richards 10th. Matthew Rodriguez 11th, Steven Gonzalez 12th, Brian LaFleur Jr. came back from a few spins to finish 13th. Luke Walker ended up having some trouble too and ended up finishing 14th. Robert Band 15th, Robert Brooks back in 16th, Charles Jackson, Jack Nathan, James Qualls, that's back through 19th. Those drivers finished the race. Drivers that retired as a result of different wrecks and spins and incidences were Pichu London, William Duncan, Jake Cole, Jacob Rodriguez, Aaron Williams, Joseph Bryant, who'll probably take the biggest hit in the standings this week, Cement Ozcon, and Tim Walsh. Let's take a look now at the standings. Alright, so here's the way it looks. 72-point advantage now for Alexandra Jones, as Josh Osborne is in second. Justin Perry moves into third. Jack Richards fourth, and Jack Nathan is fifth in the standings, 105 points back. You can take a look here. Take a look at Joseph Bryant falling all the way down to 14th in the standings now, 156 points out. So that's a big hit for Joseph, obviously, and tough break for drivers such as Bryant and Jake Cole, picking up their second DNFs of the season. I believe those two are the only two with 2 DNFs. Alright, so we're going to be heading to Walt Disney World Speedway next time. Hope you'll tune in for that, as we are getting very close to crowning the champion here in the NNSCRA National Guard IndyCar Series.